in the agony of the scale. You know how the scale, those old-fashioned ones, have a 100-pound big chunk?
Yeah.
And then you chunk it over to 150?
110.
I'm always around 100, then you move up to 140, 145.
And good morning. We have an NBC News special report. We have breaking news coming from the U.S.
Attention, we interrupt our regular programming for an important announcement. Please remain calm as we provide you with essential updates regarding a situation that has just emerged. In the last few moments, multiple reports have surfaced concerning unidentified objects appearing in the skies above the United States and other parts of the world. This is a developing situation, and we want to assure you that government agencies at both the national and international levels are actively working in liaison to investigate and understand the nature of these phenomena. While the appearance of these objects may cause significant concern, we want to emphasize that there is no need for panic. Authorities are gathering data, and a comprehensive investigation is underway to determine what these objects are and their potential implications. Your safety is our top priority, and the appropriate measures are being taken to ensure peace of mind in our communities. We urge you to stay tuned to local news channels and official announcements for further updates. In this moment of uncertainty, let us remain united and support one another. Our agencies are committed to delivering the most accurate and timely information as it becomes available. Thank you for your attention. Again, please remain calm and wait for further instructions. We will keep you informed.
I'm sure you've just heard an emergency alert broadcast interrupted regular programming just a moment ago when we were doing the weather forecast, and information is quite sketchy, but the skies above the United States and indeed around the world are buzzing with reports of unidentified flying objects, or whatever they call them now. Unidentified aerial phenomena, I think it is. Anyway, it seems we are right in the thick of it here. Now, let's break this down in simple terms. Unidentified objects are literally just that, things we can't recognize flying up there. And while some folks might get a bit overexcited and lean towards the spectacular conclusion that this could be extraterrestrial visitors, others might argue that it's just some high-tech drones or weather balloons. But whatever the case, these sightings have sparked a mix of excitement and apprehension. And as I look out the window of our studio, I can't help but notice that people outside are pointing to the sky. It's both a thrilling and eerie sight. Just think about it. Above us right now, there could be dozens of these objects, and we can't quite put our finger on what they are. Are they new military technology, weather experiments, or are they something far more mysterious? It's hard not to feel a little tingle of fear, but there's also a pulse of curiosity that's impossible to ignore. But let's be clear here, we need to remain calm. The authorities are looking into it, and they're working on figuring out what's going on, but it does raise important questions. What could these objects be, and what does it mean for us? Either way, it's a great topic for conversation, so I want to hear from you, the public. What do you think these objects might be? Are you scared, excited, or a bit of both? Reach out to us through our social media channels or give us a call. Your thoughts and experiences can help us all understand what's unfolding in our skies. Stay tuned, folks, and remember to keep your eyes on the skies. We'll be bringing you the latest updates as this story unfolds.
Ever thought about life insurance? No? Well, just remember, a funeral without life insurance is like a comedy show without punchlines, awkward and expensive, with you only die once life insurance. Your loved ones can spend less time arguing over who gets your collection of ceramic frogs, and more time going on those holidays you promised them, but never brought.
This is an announcement from the emergency alert system. We interrupt your regular programming to provide important information regarding the ongoing situation involving unidentified objects in the skies above the United States and around the world. We understand that many of you have witnessed these objects and may be feeling a heightened sense of concern or confusion regarding this situation. Please be assured that our military and government agencies are actively monitoring these unidentified objects. We are committed to maintaining public safety and will continue to investigate and gather information as it becomes available. Our priority is transparency and protection for all citizens during this time of uncertainty. It has come to our attention that individuals who have been outdoors while observing these objects have reported an intense physical sensation, described as a pressure pushing down upon them, accompanied by a low, deep humming sound. While we have detected no credible threats at this time, we take these reports seriously and are working diligently to understand their implications. As a precautionary measure, we strongly advise that you remain indoors until more information is provided. This is not a cause for panic, but rather a necessary step to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone. Staying indoors helps us to better assess the situation and allows our experts to conduct their evaluations without interference from additional variables. We understand that this may cause anxiety and curiosity, and we urge you to remain calm. The government is committed to keeping you informed with timely updates as new information emerges. Your safety is our utmost priority, and we appreciate your cooperation during this period of observation and analysis. Please stay tuned for further announcements, adhere to local authorities' guidelines, and check reliable news sources for accurate information. Thank you for your attention, and please stay safe.
Just returned to the air after that crucial announcement, and we're here to continue providing you with updates and insights on this situation as it unfolds. It's a wild time out there, and we want to hear your thoughts and experiences. Is it just me, or does it feel like we're living in a science fiction novel? Now, as I'm sure you already know, over the past hour, reports have been flooding in about unidentified objects appearing in the skies, not just across America, but globally, and I don't mean just a handful of sightings. There are thousands of these things up there. Different shapes, sizes, and colors have been spotted, leaving all of us in complete awe and disbelief. I've seen the lights above for myself, and I just couldn't believe my eyes. But if you're not seeing these things, let me set the scene for you. In parts of the world where it's currently daytime, people have been quick to grab their cameras, and thankfully, capture footage that is already making waves online, and you can see for yourself the bizarre shapes gliding above us. Some as small as a car, and others so enormous they rival the size of a football pitch. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine the sheer scale of what we're talking about here. Unfortunately, for those of us here in America, night has fallen and the view has been somewhat obstructed, but what we can catch is the sporadic twinkle of lights moving across the night sky, which is in itself a sight to behold, even if we can't see these things as clearly as people in other parts of the world. Social media is buzzing with hashtags, debates, and everyone from amateur astronomers to conspiracy theorists weighing in. Some are excitedly sharing their sightings, while others are calling for calm, urging people not to jump to conclusions, but regardless of our individual perspectives, one thing is clear: this is a global event that has captured the attention and imagination of billions. As we speak, these mysterious objects hovering silently in some areas while darting across the skies in others are being closely monitored by authorities, and while the government has yet to classify these objects as a threat, they admit they are still in the early stages of determining just what we're dealing with. This uncertainty brings a mix of curiosity and concern for us all. Now, it's important to note that some of these unidentified objects are exhibiting astonishing speeds far beyond what we know to be the technological capabilities of human aircraft. We're talking about maneuvers and velocities that challenge our understanding of physics and aerodynamics as we know them. Could this be new technology? an extraordinary phenomenon or something entirely beyond our comprehension. Whatever the case, we can't help but wonder, where did they come from? What are their intentions? And perhaps most importantly, are we alone in this vast universe? But it's not just the sight of these objects that has many on edge. Reports are coming in from all over the world, detailing an alarming sensation amongst those watching, and many have expressed feeling as though they are being pressed down by an invisible weight, a crushing heaviness that seems to emanate from the very skies above. And this sensation, accompanied by a deep, low humming sound that reverberates in the chest, has left many bewildered and concerned. So it's in light of this mystery that the government has issued an advisory for all citizens to stay indoors. There is currently no clear understanding of what these objects are or what their presence might mean for our safety. Officials are actively working with military and scientific experts to gather more information. So until we have reliable answers, it's vital that we heed the directive to remain indoors and stay safe, despite the obvious curiosity to want to be outdoors and observe this spectacular occasion. As this situation continues to develop, I want to remind you that at any moment, this broadcast may be interrupted by an emergency announcement from authorities. We're living in uncertain times, and I urge you to stay tuned to your radios, your televisions, and any reliable news sources for updates. These occurrences are extraordinary, even in a world that has seen its fair share of unusual events. But tonight, we stand on the precipice of something that could change our understanding of the skies above us and possibly the very fabric of our reality. Throughout the show, I'll be taking calls from listeners. I want to hear your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences as we navigate this strange terrain together. Remember, you are not alone. Billions are watching, feeling, and seeking answers just like you. Reports of the strange objects first emerged from Europe, where witnesses described strange lights and formations moving in patterns that defied explanation within minutes. Similar sightings began rushing in from cities and towns all around the world. At this time, we are still waiting an official statement from the White House, as well as from other global leaders who are undoubtedly assessing this unprecedented situation. And we all know the importance of timely and accurate communication during times like these, so it's crucial that our leaders provide us with the clarity and reassurance that we need. Okay, so we've got somebody on the line. Who's there?
Hi, this is Luke.
Hi, Luke. So what do you make of all this?
Well, I think the answer to what these are is kind of obvious, and I think we all know we've been visited by extraterrestrials, and we don't need a statement or confirmation from the government to know that. It's clear as day. These things are not from our planet, and it's not some high-tech military stuff or whatever. This is a visitation from some other beings out there in the universe.
Okay, have you seen these things for yourself, Luke?
Yeah, there's 5 of them literally above my house right now as we speak, and the biggest of the 5 of them, the one with the most lights and stuff, is completely stationary, and the other 4 are kind of maneuvering around, sometimes at like slow speeds, then at other times they move so fast you can hardly see them move from one place to the other. You just see like a streak of light, and it's there, and I can see more in the distance too, like maybe 20 in total. And they're all doing the same sort of thing. Some are stationary, others are moving around.
And have you felt that sensation that people have been talking about? The physical sensation of being crushed under a sort of invisible pressure accompanied by the low, deep humming sound, which some have described as a kind of vibration. Have you felt that?
Yeah, I have, and I'm pretty sure it's coming from the biggest of these things. And the longer you stand there looking at them, the more intense the pressure becomes, so you can only stand there for so long before it becomes literally unbearable. You kind of feel like your whole body's being pushed into the ground. You almost feel like you're rooted to the spot, like you can't move because of the weight pressing down on you, and there's like a deep humming, like you said, with that vibration, and it's a very scary feeling and a very ominous sort of sound. And yeah, when that started happening, I went inside, and I still feel strange because of it. But the intensity of that feeling has passed. But I do have a slight headache, and my ears feel like they're popped. But yeah, it's very strange. I think you can stand there and look at them for like 2 or 3 minutes at most before the pressure becomes too much. But it probably depends on how close you are to these things and whether or not you're directly below them.
Okay, well, thank you, Luke. Stay safe. Who have we got next on the line?
Hey, this is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. what's going on, where you are, and what do you think of all this?
I mean, it's just, my dog was barking like crazy, which is very out of character for him. So I was like, what in the hell is that dog barking at? And I went outside to see what was up, and literally what was up was just a bunch of weird looking lights in the sky moving around. And there was a weird noise. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like everything is silent when you're like directly below one of these things. Like the sound around you is completely blocked out. You can't hear the person next to you, even though you can see their mouth moving. You can't hear no cars or nothing, just a really weird silence. And then you start to hear this like low bass sound, like a hum, that like a pulsing humming sound. And that's when you start to feel this really heavy weight pushing down on you. And I was like, damn, I'm getting out of here. I don't know what this is, but I ain't hanging around to find out.
And that leads to my next question. What do you think this is?
Well, it's got to be aliens, right? Don't you think?
I really don't know. Maybe, I mean, I find it ridiculous that I'm even saying that they could be things from another planet or extraterrestrials or whatever, because yesterday I would have laughed at people who believed in stuff like that. But yes, I find myself agreeing with you because I've seen these things and I don't believe they are from this earth. It's as simple as that. I don't believe they have come from our world. And so that only leaves one other possibility, and that is that they came from another.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's no way these are like some secret military high-tech stuff.
The following message is transmitted at the request of local authorities. At 9:47 a.m. Mountain Time, a disaster of unknown type has occurred at the Black Mesa Research Facility, causing significant damage and failure to various power and communication systems in the surrounding areas. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for all residents within a 75-mile radius of the facility, and on-site military has been dispatched to provide assistance. Make sure to bring an emergency supply of food, water, clothing, first aid kit, flashlights with extra batteries, and battery-powered radios. Follow local evacuation routes, which have been marked by local authorities, and only use one vehicle. Do not return to the warning area until the all clear has been given. If you are not in the evacuation zone, stay where you are. If you are within the evacuation area and have no transportation, locate your nearest police department or military officer. Do not use telephones or cell phones, except in the case of emergencies. Stay tuned to local news media outlets for further details and information on this situation.